the show that gets you ready for the week of football the show that gets you ready for the week of football that lies ahead has returned to a social media near you. We start by wishing you a very happy Easter. This is all things football unpacked. See episode 26, not 24. Last week was 25. I'd like to apologize for that error. Good afternoon, welcome to it. I'm your host, Apiwe Roto. Remember what you have to do. The show is on YouTube. The show is on YouTube. The Amavahot on the all things football unpacked. Plenty to talk about in the world of football. Soweto Derby final and the Nedbank Cup. So we're going to have two successive Soweto derbies going into towards the end of the season. Plenty to talk about. Let's give you headlines before we get started with everything else. Let's give you headlines with everything that goes and everything that's been happening in the world of football in the last week. Starting with news making headlines on the continent. Sudanese giants Al Merrikh have parted ways with former Orlando Pirates coach Milutin Sredojevic. The 55-year-old Serbian mentor leaves the Red Devils after just 4 months at the helm. However, despite replacing former PSL manager in Giovanni Solinas, who coached as fellow Soweto Giant and Kaizer Chiefs, the side has not improved. Leaving 4 months right into leaving after just 4 months in the season. Now, Al Merrikh are involved in Mauritania's Super D1 Division One because of the unrest and civil wars currently taking place in Sudan. As if you remember clearly, now if you can recall, Sudan are also playing their international football games in Mauritania, as are Zimbabwe playing their football in South Africa due to a different reason, and that reason being the lack of quality CAF approved stadiums alongside with Lesotho, Namibia, and Eswatini. The Red Devils are currently languishing and currently lie sixth are currently sixth on the table in the Mauritania Super Division League, and recently fell short. Let's just find the story. They're currently sixth position, losing going 4 matches without a win, three losses, having lost three of those matches, with the last one losing by going down by a goal to nil to Slim. The results proved to be a final straw, which led to the 55-year-old being relieved of his duties. Onto our other story, we're still on the continent. With MC Alger, who have released a statement. Now we remember what happened between MC Alger and Orlando Pirates at the Orlando Stadium. They've since released an official statement regarding the investigation into the altercation that took place in the quarterfinal. Now this all happened after the final whistle, when fans took to the pitch, along with the coaches and staff and players who were involved in a post-match brawl. Now there was a viral video, if you remember clearly, of MC Alger personnel punching a Pirates official, which started the whole scuffle. According to WinWin, CAF have launched an investigation. A statement made by Algeria MC received a letter from the disciplinary committee of the CAF, of the African Football Federation, CAF, regarding the events that occurred at the end of the encounter with the quarterfinal, in which Algeria MC states that its total rejection of all form of violence and always adheres to the principles of sportsmanship, integrity, and fair play, which solidifies the club's values and its ancient history. As for what has been reported, in as what has been reported in the official reports on events The following the match, the club assures that it adhered to defend the right of the team by all legal means. Bringing it back to South Africa. The Premier Soccer League have opened up on why the FNB Stadium was not an option for the Nedbank Cup final, which is set to take place on the 10th of August, right after the league encounter between the two teams. But now Orlando Pirates are looking to make history, while Kaiser Chiefs in what has been deemed as the last dance, the last chance for Kaiser Chiefs to end their 10-year drought versus the last dance, as coach Jose Ribeiro is on his way out of the club. The two Soweto Giants will meet in a all Soweto Derby final on May 10, and for obvious reasons, the match is expected to be played at the FNB Stadium with a capacity of 90,000, which is going to accommodate more people than the 56,000 seater Moses Mabhida. However, due to the ultra event happening at the Nasrec Expo Center, which is right next to the FNB Stadium, it made logical sense, according to the PSL, to take the game to the Moses Mabhida Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban. Now, the ultra event, you may ask, involves feature is a music event which features well-known DJs. This year's well-known DJs include Shimza and Oscar Mbo, just to mention a few. And now the stadium has hosted Soweto Derby in the past in the cup final, which was the MTN 8, which the host is the Chiefs emerged victorious. Having it in Durban means supporters accordingly will have to be quick when it comes to buying tickets. As we all know, the Soweto Derby has already been sold out. The league, that is, which is set to take place in 2 weeks on the 3rd of May, where the derby is usually played. On to our other news. Orlando former Bafana coach Stuart Baxter has returned to the dugout after Portuguese side Boesta Football announced that the English tactician has signed a new contract. Now, the Anglo-Scottish manager has more than 35 years of management experience under his belt, which will be needed in the Liga Primeira. Now, he's no stranger to the Portuguese league, having coached there with Vitória Setúbal in 1987. The club website announced that Boavista FC SAD informs that it has reached an agreement with Stuart Baxter to take on the role of head coach of the senior football team, the club stated. With just 5 games left of the current campaign, Boavista currently lie bottom of the 18-team league, and their fixtures include 2 must-win games against 17th place Ferenc and 16th place AVS. Swedish publication reported that the Nedbank Cup 3-time Nedbank Cup winner has stated that he was ready to challenge, mentioning that if we can survive, I want to keep going and want to be part of something new. The 71-year-old tactician stated. In terms of history, the stadium, the fence, the Bovista institution, this is really exciting. He goes on to say it's about focusing on a few tactical important details. The former Supersport and Kaiser Chiefs United said to lift the group mentally, where the pressure should be on me as a coach, not on the players. I have won 2 titles on different continents, and I can handle most different groups, he went on to say. I wish the mentor well on his future endeavors. Uh, on to our onto our other story making headlines. We see onto our other football news making headlines. Skokone United have Open have extended the contract of striker Chibuke Ehizu, who after a failed move to Nigerian side MC Alger, which was proposed to be at the beginning of the season. Now talks with the North African club proposed an offer of 150,000 US dollars, which is approximately 2.8 million rand in South African rands, but no deal was agreed upon. Sukune then immediately opened talks for a new contract with a 28-year-old Nigerian talisman. In a statement, they said, according to an agent, to his agent Abiyomi Adebayo, he goes to say, we have agreed on a new 2-year extension with improved terms. Now, the last season, the former German Cosmos striker scored more than 9 goals and is on 4 thus far, having started at the Africa Academy in 2015, then moved to La Roma United before being signed by Jomo Cosmos in 2018 and joining Sukuna United in 2020, where he has played up till now. On to our other ongoing stories. Royal AM have filed a court interdict to prevent have filed a court interdict to prevent a PSL meeting between the board of governors, that which was scheduled for Thursday morning, following last week's ballot to cancel the club's membership of the in the professional ranks. That is, as things stand, the PSL has followed the NSL handbook on removing one of their own, although this has not yet been communicated publicly by Chairman Dr. Irvin Koza or acting CEO Mamatu Matlala. Royal AM was suspended from playing any domestic matches when it emerged that the club had been taken over by SARS curator in December last year. Now, this was an attempt to recoup a tax debt of around 40 million rand linked to club president and her family trust, despite several efforts by the curator to find a solution, which included the auctioning of the status to potential buyers. The PSL's executive committee felt the team could not be rescued uh, and recommended all clubs under the NSL umbrella to terminate their membership. Earlier this week, Madlala invited the clubs to another special meeting to consider relating to the cancellation of Royal AM and to take such resolutions as may be necessary, if any, from the cancellation. The virtual meeting was scheduled for 11 a.m. but had to be adjourned with news that uh, Royal AM, Tricky Trasher that is, had filed an court interdict urgently, which was urgent. It remains to be seen now which direction the court points both parties. With the PSL running out of time regarding how the Betway Premiership will wrap up on the 24th of May. On to overseas news. Liverpool have renewed the contract of Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk has renewed his contract with English side Liverpool. Keeping him at Anfield until 2027, along with forward marksman Mohamed Salah. This comes after there were concerns of the duo who were expected to leave the club at the end of the season, despite speculation. The 33-year-old has signed a 2-year contract, which will keep him until 2027, alongside Mohamed Salah. In a statement, he went to say, "I'm very happy, very proud. There are so many emotions that go through my head about now, speaking about it." He went on to say on Liverpool.com, he goes on to say, "It's a proud feeling. It's a feeling of joy. It's just incredible. The journey I've had so far in my career, to be able to extend it with another 2 years. It was always the case that and it was always the plan, and it was always Liverpool." We added, "There wasn't any doubt in my head that this There wasn't any doubt in my head that this is the place to be for me and my family. I'm one of Liverpool. I'm one of Liverpool. Someone called me the other day an adopted Scouser, and I'm really proud to hear this. I'm here really proud to hear these things. It gives me a great feeling. On going back home, now Kaiser Chiefs are faced with a direct dilemma. Speaking of bringing it back home, Kaiser Chiefs are currently in a fix with regards to the happenings that are taking place. Now, Kaiser Chiefs have been hit by injuries and suspensions most recently, with the side currently missing forward defender Rev Frosler, who's currently out with a shoulder injury, while Inacio Miguel missed the game against Sundowns, the Nedbank Cup semi-final, due to an injury, alongside Rashun Dudley, who's been ruled out on the end of the season. Now, before these two games could turn Nabi his first season to a celebration, Kaiser Chiefs face Chippa United on the road today. Kick off for that fixtures at 17:30 before going to Marumo, hosting Marumo Gallants next week on the 26th of April. The issue here is on the yellow cards that have been received recently by Inacio Miguel, who was out injured. Gaston Sirino, Wandele Duba, Nduduzi Shabalala Pole Modi, and of course Tashrik Morris, who are all on 3 yellow card, meaning a fourth yellow card to each serving player. Well, to each serving will lead to each player serving another one match ban, including Miguel and Gaston Sirino, who have already received red cards this season. Miguel has already received a one match ban and a red card, for yellow cards, and also had to sit out 2 games due to a sending off against it in the colleague knockout 4-0 loss against Mamelodi Sundowns. Likely second set of yellow cards will only come with one match game, as per the PSL rules. Unlike your CAF fixtures where you get 2 yellow cards and you set the third game out. In league football, 4 yellow cards. In the PSL, 4 yellow cards mean you set one game out. Serena will miss 3 if he's sent off again this season, having received a yellow card. Other players include Claudio Lilepo, Bruce Vumer, and Bradley Cross, who are currently on 2 yellow cards, putting them within 2 cautions of being suspended. On to our other news making headlines. Onto our other news making headlines. Kaiser Mamelodi Sundowns have extended the contract of club captain Temba Zwane to longer, keeping him longer than the 2024-2025 season. The 35-year-old has put an end to speculations with regards to his contract deals, which is said to end at the end of the to set to expire and come end of the season, which is June. Now the 35-year-old has only made 2 appearances in the Betway Premiership this season after tearing his Achilles on duty in Congo Brazzaville in that 1-1 draw in the AFCON qualifier. Sundowns coach Miguel Cardoso has revealed that Zwana is currently back in training, however, it remains to be seen whether or not he will be active. He will be back to action anytime soon with regards to the current season, or however is most likely to be available for the Club World Cup, which is set to take place in the States come end of the season. Remember to talk to me. Tell me what you think about the show. Remember to click that like button on YouTube. The show will be loaded as soon as it's finished. As soon as the show finishes, it will be loaded on your social media on YouTube. All things football unpacked. If you're a fan and wish to see more episodes, click that subscribe button. Let's have a conversation. Tell me what you think about the show. Remember to like the All Things Football Unpacked page, which this is All Things is a Amava Roto network production, by the way. On to our last story. Africa's governing body CAF have also punished Mamelodi Sundowns after incidents that led to both sides, the quarterfinal incidents in the matches against Esperance and MC Alger. AMC Alger respectively. On now we saw what happened at the Orlando Stadium and the Loftus Versfeld during the after post final whistle for the scuffle. Pirates player Sipo Chain and Nkosinathi CBC were handed 1 match bans, which have been suspended for 1 year, provided they don't commit the same offense. While team doctor Ezekiel Matebula has been given a 4 game ban, 2 of which have been suspended for 1 year. One of the top suspensions, the Soweto Giants have been fined $50,000, which is 940,990 rand for improper conduct, and $20,000, 376,394 for failing to provide adequate security. Sundowns, meanwhile, have been found guilty of breaching Article 82 and 83.2 of the CAF Disciplinary Committee after the supporters clashed in the stands at Loftus on 1st April. The Brazilians have been ordered to pay a fine of $100,000 US dollars, which is 1.8 million, and must implement safety and security measures specified in the CAF regulations for upcoming matches. Both Sundowns and Orlando Pirates will be at home in the first leg of their CAF Champions League semi-finals, which take place today. Kickoff for both fixtures is at 1500 and 1800 hours respectively. On to your results of what happened in the last week, dating back to the 12th of April. Manchester City came back from 2 goals down to win by 5 goals to 2 against Crystal Palace, while Nottingham Forest fell short to Everton by an odd goal. Aston Villa proved too strong for the now relegated Southampton, beating them by 3 goals to 0. Brighton and Leicester could not be separated, playing to a 2-2 draw, while Arsenal and Brentford played to a 1-0 draw, with Thomas Partey his goal being cancelled by Jan Wissa as from the penalty spot. Sunday saw Liverpool play going down, winning by 2 goals to 1, leaving them 6 points away from being crowned league champions for the first time since 2020. Wolves beating Tottenham Hotspur by 4 goals to 2, while Chelsea and Ipswich could not be separated after Chelsea came from 2 goals down to force a 2-2 draw. Newcastle United, too strong for Manchester United, doing a double, beating them by 4 goals to 1. Bournemouth felt too strong for Fulham through a goal by Antoine Semenyo, winning by that odd goal. Nedbank Cup results saw Orlando Pirates beating Orlando Marimo Gallants by 1 goal to 0, with a goal by Nkosinathi by Kabelo Dlamini, I beg your pardon, while Mamelodi Sundowns fell short to Orlando Kaizer Chiefs, who came from a goal down, cancelling a Deboho Mokoena free kick with goals from Banule Duba and Ashley Dupree, which leaves a Soweto derby, which will be played at the Moses Mabhida Stadium, with Kaizer Chiefs as the home team. With Kaizer Chiefs playing as a home team, kickoff for that fixture will be confirmed at a later stage on Saturday, the 10th of April. Now, when we talk of which team will play a home match in a cup final in football, it's not like your rugby where you have it's not like your rugby game where it's not like your rugby game not like your rugby final where you have a home final or a home semi-final. You can have a home semi-final where you have the Sharks playing a final in Durban, while Stormers will have their final playing in Cape Town. Battery Premiership results are only game midweek, so Steelies beating Amazulu by an odd goal. Champions League football saw Dortmund beating Barcelona 3-1. However, that was not enough as Barcelona won by 5 goals to 3. Villa beat Paris Saint-Germain to remain unbeaten at Villa Park. However, it was not enough. Lille beating Paris, losing by 5 goals to 4 in aggregate. Real Madrid fell short to Arsenal, losing by 2 goals to 1 at the Bernabeu. and 5-1 on aggregate, while Inter Milan fell short by 3 goals to 2. It played to a 2-0 draw in Milan at the San Siro, meaning Inter Milan go through by 4 goals to 3. On to here's how your final fixtures look as far as the Champions League is concerned. Real Here's how your semi-final fixtures look as far as the UEFA Champions League is concerned. Semi-final matches which are set to take place on the 29th and the 30th of April, and also on the first and also on the we also a week later on the 5th and on the 6th and the 7th of May respectively. Arsenal play PSG, while Inter will face Barcelona in the semi-final. Wednesday saw Newcastle play for beat Newcastle but put a 5-star performance against Crystal Palace, beating them by 5 goals to 0. While our only battery Premiership results Richards Bay beating Cape Town City by a goal to 0. Here's what you can expect this week. Midweek fixtures include this Saturday. Magallans face Chipper Golden Arrows. Kukune United face Polokwane City. Kickoff for the Magallans game is 1500 hours, whilst Kukune United and Polokwane City and Kaiser Chiefs and Chipper traveling to Chipper United will both kick off at 17:30. Sunday will see Magesi take on TS Galaxy, while Brentford will face Brighton in the Premier League. West Ham take on Southampton. Everton take on Manchester City. Crystal Palace face Bournemouth, while Aston Villa take on Newcastle. Sunday sees Ipswich take on Arsenal. Manchester United welcome Ipswich at Old Trafford. Fulham take on Chelsea. Leicester City welcome Liverpool, while Tottenham take on Nottingham Forest on Monday. Tuesday sees Manchester City take on Villa, and Arsenal on Wednesday will host Crystal Palace. And that's all we have time for on All Things Football this week. The show takes a break. We'll be back in a week's time, most likely for the Soweto Derby exclusive on the 3rd of May. My name is My name is Apiwe Roto. This has been All Things Football Unpacked. Let's give it a name and call it a day. Enjoy the show and enjoy the football. Take care of yourselves and each other. Cheers.